morning. It's Tuesday and it's 11 a.m., which means it's time for the FIU Music Hour on WDNA 88.9 FM, where we present live weekly performances in the WDNA Jazz Gallery and feature students, faculty, and alumni from Florida International University's Herbert and Nicole Wertheim School of Music and the Performing Arts. I'm your host today and FIU faculty, Dr. Russ Spiegel, and along with our producer, Dr. Karen Velaz, we'd like to welcome you to our show. Whether you're listening to us at home, in your car, or live on wdna.org/FIU, we are delighted to have you with us. Today, we are pleased to feature FIU jazz vocal faculty Lisanne Lyons and Sachal Vasandani, accompanied by FIU professors Mike Eckroth on piano and Jamie Owsley on bass, along with drummer Lucas Apostolaris. Dr. Lisanne Lyons is a jazz vocalist, pianist, arranger, guitarist, composer, clinician, adjudicator, and conductor. Dr. Lyons is also the founder and director of Jazz Vocal Studies at Florida International University. She teaches jazz voice, vocal pedagogy, improvisation, and arranging to her students, and directs the Downbeat Award-winning FIU Jazz Vocal Ensemble 1 and vocal group The Panthonics. Dr. Lyons has also performed with several big bands with the Woody Herman Orchestra, Maynard Ferguson Big Bop Nouveau, Arturo Sandoval, Larry Elgert Big Band, the University of Miami Concert Jazz Band, Artie Shaw Orchestra, Harry James Orchestra, South Florida Jazz Orchestra, and XL Big Band in Sweden. She has also been a featured performer with several orchestras. New FIU faculty Sachal Vasandani has performed to enthusiastic audiences at major festivals, theaters, and clubs around the world. He has sung alongside Wynton Marsalis, Bobby McFerrin, Milton Nascimento, Bill Charlap, Natalia Lafourcade, and Michael Feinstein. He is also an in-demand lyricist and composer and has collaborated with artists across many genres. A preeminent educator, Sachal bridges a strong technical foundation and disciplined, immersive jazz study with a fundamentally open spirit. Through his workshops, classes, and lessons at multiple institutions around the globe, and now here at FIU, he has honed a style of teaching that is as encouraging as it is thorough. And now to our show with Dr. Lisanne Lyons.
Some more. I would not be just a nothing, my head all full of stuffing, my heart all full of pain. And perhaps I deserve you and be even worthy of you if I only had a brain. Some more. I would not be just a nothing, my head all full of stuff and my heart all full full of pain. I would stay young and chipper, and I'd lock it with a zipper. Why, with my regal beezer, I could be another Caesar, and perhaps I deserve you and be even worthier of you. If I only had a brain, if I only had a brain, if I only had a brain, if I only had a brain. Thank you.
Introduce Sachal Vasandani.
All or nothing at all. Type of love never appealed to me. If your heart never could yield to me, well, I'd rather have nothing at all. Oh, nothing at all. If it's love, there is no in between. Why begin then cry for something that might have been? No, I'd rather have nothing at all. But please don't put your lips so close to my cheek. Don't smile or I'll be lost beyond recall. Touch of your hand, look in your eyes makes me weak, and my heart might grow dizzy and fall. And if I fell under the spell of your call, I'd be so lost in the undertow. So you see, I've got to say no, no. Begin then cry for something that might happen. No, I'd rather have nothing at all. All or nothing at all. There is no in between. Why begin then cry for something that might happen? No, I'd rather have nothing at all. Please, please don't put your lips so close to my cheek. Don't smile or I'll be lost beyond recall. The touch of your hand, the look in your eyes, it makes me weak and my heart may grow dizzy and fall. And if I fell under the spell of your call, I'd be so lost in the undertow. So you see, I've got to say no, all or nothing at all. No, nothing at all. cheek. Don't smile or I'll be lost beyond recall. You make me weak, and my heart might grow dizzy and fall. And if I fell under the spell of your call, I'd be so lost in the undertow. So you see, I've got to say no, no, oh, nothing at all, nothing at all. Oh, nothing at all.
All right. That was Satchel Vasandani. And I'm going to speak with Satchel right now. Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
Good. Glad to hear you. Glad to meet you again after all these years.
So
Good
nice
to
to
see
see
you
you.
again.
Thank you.
And welcome to Miami. Welcome to FIU.
Thank you.
And maybe you can tell our listeners a little bit about your background, how you came to become a jazz vocalist. And yeah, we'll start out with
Sure.
that.
Am I
You're on.
cool? I am really excited to be here in Miami. It's been a little bit about a year that we've been down here, and it's been great to meet a wonderful community of people doing great music. And it all started for me actually coming to WDNA maybe the first week that I moved to town. I just wanted to be close, and I saw something that was going on, and it was a really special experience for me because I'm from Chicago originally, but I've always wanted to live in New York for the music. And over the years, I've realized that the most important thing for me and the music is community. And so even though I'm fortunate enough to tour and make records and stuff, if I'm not going out and seeing music, I don't feel like I'm really living, you know?
Oh, that's a really,
So-
really good to hear
So
that.
I'm really thankful that, first of all, Miami has such great stuff, and you guys have been really welcoming at FIU and here at WDNA to make it really special for me.
Okay. How about a little bit, though, more about the story? How did you become a jazz vocalist? That's not a usual
Sure.
direction.
Well, my family, although not professional musicians, has always really loved music. So I've been surrounded by that, and I have a young son now, and I'm who knows what he'll do, but I'm surrounding him. My wife and I are surrounding him with music all the time so that he can have that exposure. So my parents did that. They brought me to the symphony. My mom took me to see Keith Jarrett when she was pregnant, that kind of stuff.
Wow.
So I kind of grew up with a love for it, and I also credit public school. I'm like a public school product. You know, I had a great band teacher, great choir teacher. So yeah, I've been singing since I was a little baby, but coming into jazz around 12, 13, that's kind of pretty great if your public school can provide that.
So you did that at a public school in Chicago?
Yeah, just outside of Chicago.
Fantastic. And you went on to study. You went to University of Michigan, right?
I did. I went to Michigan, and I was really, again, great community of people, kind of Detroit, Ann Arbor, Cross, whatever. Great musicians. Some of them helped bring me to New York. I'm thinking about a great guitar player named Randy Napoleon.
Sure, Randy. yeah,
Fantastic.
fantastic.
And you know, we played together pretty much every day for 4 years. He moved out to New York ahead of me, and then kind of kept a seat warm. Introduced me to everybody, including people in my current band now. So I credit like those kind of people.
Fantastic. And now that you're at FIU, what courses are you going to be teaching, and what do you hope to accomplish here at the university?
Well, I've been really fortunate to get to know these guys here on the stage, and Lisanne especially, because when I did a master class that Michael and Lisanne put together. I was so impressed by the quality of the students I heard. And then speaking to Lisanne over the kind of intervening months, it's clear you guys are doing something really cool. So I'm happy to be a part of it, and happy to honestly take as much great energy from the singers as I hopefully give them, you know? So it's been cool. It's been a couple weeks, but it's been nice to be around a community of 30 singers, and I'll tie it back to my days at Michigan. I was a singer who did classical music and jazz music. And I would go from like classical teacher who would teach opera. I had no idea I was a jazz singer. And then I'd go and hang out with the jazz instrumentalists and learn arranging or bebop or whatever. And it was up to me to put it all together, the vocal technique with the instrumental kind of discipline. And so fast forward to walking into the FIU studio class, our forum, as they call it, and seeing 30 singers who are kind of mixing the two things that, you know, and they have a system, they have a community. They have the disciplines mingling. It's really cool. It's really cool, and I appreciate any university where that's happening.
Yeah, and I think a lot of that we can also attribute to Dr. Lyons for having got that off the ground.
Yes.
And we're going to be talking with her a little later. One last question for you. What are maybe one or two important things a prospective student should work on to become a successful musician, especially a successful vocalist?
Sure. Well, I have learned a lot when I got to New York by surrounding myself with folks who were on the come up, you know, who really just wanted to do the music for the music's sake. And slowly but surely they had business thrown their way. Maybe it was a record deal, maybe it was a cool tour as a sideman. Mm-hmm. And when that's your community, again, you go through the business up and downs. It's always a roller coaster for everybody at every level all the time. So you learn that, like, through learning about your experiences, Russ, or her experiences, Lisanne, or Michael's, you kind of learn by osmosis, and you kind of figure out how to be a better version of yourself. And to tie it into something that just happened to me today, I'm putting out a new record. Little by little, I've got a record that's coming out next year, but the second single came out this morning, and it features Gretchen Parlato, which is a dear friend of mine, but she is also a fantastic singer who many of you guys will know and love. But we came up together, and just seeing her, you know, how she built her thing musically, and then of course the career around it, it's been wonderful. So now, all these years later, when we do a duo together, it reflects that kind of shared experience, the ups and downs, and I'm excited for people to hear it.
Fantastic. When is it? So that single's out. When's the album coming out?
It's actually not coming out till February 14th next year. So I have to keep on giving you guys singles, which is cool. It's cool.
Okay.
It's fun. Yeah, it's teasers.
All right. Also, just looking at the time, we only have time for one more song before our break.
Okay.
And we were talking about maybe you and Lisanne doing a duo together.
Yeah, absolutely. And I want to pay our respects to the late, great Benny Golson.
Who just passed.
He just passed, and he was always a gentleman whenever I was in a room with him. Beyond being a genius, I always found him to be, and this is true of a lot of the elder statesmen, they've always been very generous, and they're not selfish with their energy. And to tie it into FIU, that's how I want to be as a teacher, you know? So let's do this one for Benny Golson. He inspired me just as much with his saxophone playing and his lines. They've been confusing me and inspiring me for years, as much as with his original compositions. So I'd love to do Whisper Not, a Benny Golson standard.
All right. So Satchel Vasandani and Dr. Lisanne Lyons together.
Sing low, sing clear, sweet words in my ear, not a whisper of despair, but love's own prayer. I sing on until you Our harmony was lost, but you forgave. I forgot. Whisper not of quarrels past. You know we've had our last, so now we'll be on key constantly. Love will whisper on eternally. Did we listen when they said it wouldn't last? Gossiping voices made us break up, but you know we still could make up if we forget them all and answer Cupid's call. It's the truth. Whispers of trouble are an echo of the past. All it will take to lose my gloom is just a whisper, not a rumor, but of your love for me. That's how it's got to be. Our harmony was lost, but you forgave. I forgot. Whisper none of quarrels past. You know we've had our last, so now we will be on key constantly. Love will whisper on eternally. Whispers of trouble are an echo of the past.
All right. You are listening to a live performance in the WDNA Jazz Gallery of FIU Jazz Vocal Faculty, Dr. Lisanne Lyons and Satchel Vasandani. We'll be right back after these messages. School of Music presents on Friday, October 25th at 7:30 p.m. at the Wertheim Performing Arts Center, Get ready for, no, let me try that again. Get ready for an electrifying night as the Havana Sax Quartet returns to kick off the FIU Music Festival with an unforgettable performance blending Latin jazz and Brazilian rhythms into a whirlwind sound that embodies the vibrant essence of Cuba's music scene. Known for their fiery energy and innovative style, this ensemble will take you on a thrilling musical journey where tradition meets modernity, transforming lively salsa rhythms into deep jazz moments, all anchored by powerful Latin percussion. On Saturday, October 26th at 7:30 p.m., also in the Wertheim Performing Arts Center, don't miss the ultimate Miami jazz experience at the Miami Music Festival. For one night only, a star-studded lineup brings together Grammy-winning artists and FIU's top student ensembles for an unforgettable night of jazz, featuring Alfredo Chacon on vibraphone and percussion, Julio Montalvo on trombone, Jan Carlos Artime on piano, and Tommy Lowry on trumpet. This powerhouse performance is backed by the FIU Latin Jazz Ensemble, directed by Michael Eckroth, and the FIU Jazz Big Band, led by Aldo Salvant. On Sunday, October 27th at 3 p.m., also at the Wertheim Performing Arts Center, join us for an extraordinary performance by Ryan Chan, one of the most dynamic young organists on the international stage as part of the FIU Music Festival. Lauded for his solid technique, imaginative programming, and tasteful creativity in registering orchestral textures, Chan has captivated audiences with this mastery of both early and contemporary repertoire. For these and many more exciting events, you can find information at fiu.universitytickets.com. And now back to our show with FIU Jazz vocal faculty, Dr. Lisanne Lyons and Sachal Vasandani.
Be my sunshine or my grief, be anything, oh, but darling, be mine. Be a wise man, be a fool, treat me tender, oh, be cruel, be anything, oh, but darling, please be mine. Climb to the top of the ladder, be master of all you survey. Fail, and it still doesn't matter. If you love me, everything's okay. Be an angel of my prayers, be the devil who cares, be anything, but darling, please be mine. anything, be anything, but darling, be anything, be
All right. Dr. Lisanne Lyons, actually, just looking at our time here, I'd like to have a little talk with you, if I may. Thank you, and welcome again to the show. Thank you. Always a pleasure to have you here. And I had a couple of questions for you for our audience. As head of the program, the jazz vocal program at FIU, tell us what courses jazz vocal students take and what do you think would make a successful career as a jazz vocalist?
Oh God, those are two really heavy,
Two really heavy questions.
So
Take one at a time
I'll
if
just
you
take
want.
one. Well, I mean, all the students take the classes that the instrumentalists take, so we're not really separating that. You know, that's the big thing. If they take improv with the instrumentalists and arranging with the instrumentalists, I mean, there are specific nuances that singers have to deal with that maybe instrumentalists don't. Maybe we can add some more courses for them that address that. But mostly we all do the classes together, and it's just our studio obviously is different, and the ensembles are different.
Right.
They sing in a group, which is much akin to like a jazz band, learning how to read and sing difficult harmonies and rhythms and just be a community and do things that you cannot do by yourself as a singer. You're going to get that in college. You never get that when you leave. It's very rare. So I think it's a very important skill set for them to have.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so
Yeah. Do they also take an instrument like piano?
Oh, of course. You know, they
Yeah.
have to take jazz piano, and
Right.
I think his classes are getting pretty full, so that's good. Yeah, that's a very big thing. Piano is whether you play it in public or not, just to sit down and be able to play through your changes and write out your own tunes or your compositions. They need to know how to put that on paper, learning how to use music software and write lead sheets so the rhythm section can read them. Yeah, it's a lot more involved than just the singing part, which is the fun part. But
Yeah, and they come out with
Yeah.
really great skills. Are there any particular vocalists apart from Satchel, who we now have here,
Yes.
who are especially turning your ear these days at the moment?
oh, right now that's
Yeah.
out there. Oh gosh, you know what? There are so many more young singers out there than I ever dreamed of when I was starting out with jazz. It was all Sarah was still around, Ella was still around, Carmen was still there, Nancy. So they pretty much took up the residence, for the jazz singers. So now a lot of great young singers out there taking up taking the reins. Cecile, of course, is doing great. Gretchen, he mentioned, is a wonderful singer. Samara Joy is now getting a lot of airwaves. And we have just so many, either maybe because the social media is here or whatnot, but there seems to be more singers than I ever grew up with. So there's a lot out there.
Right. And if somebody was interested in studying jazz vocals at FIU, what would they need to do?
Blow us away when they no. Just kidding. So they have to audition. Just like the instrumentalists, they come in with a swing and a ballad and a bassa and some improv and go through, get accepted, just like all the rest of the instrumentalists. And yeah, so we do that, and then we invite them for an audition.
Right.
Yeah, so we narrow it down that way, and then we hear them and take it from there.
And I think we were talking. Is it 30 vocalists?
It's funny.
Or is
It's what they're not all taking lessons, but there's like 30. I guess I'm overseeing over 30 kids because we have like 3 or 4 ensembles now, so yeah, there's quite a few. It's been very exciting to see all this talent come forward and want to be a part of it.
Wonderful. And I think we're going to carry on with our show. We're going to ask Satchel to come back up and join us for another song. And looking forward to, here we go.
What's new? How is the world treating you? You haven't changed a bit. Lovely as ever, I must admit. What's new? How did that romance come through? We haven't met since then. Gee, but it's nice to see you again. What's new? Probably I'm boring you, but seeing you is so grand, and you were sweet to offer your hand. I understand, I do. Pardon my asking what's new. Of course you couldn't know. I haven't changed, I still love you so. I still love you so. I still love you so. I still love you so.
All right. You've been listening to FIU Jazz faculty Lisanne Lyons and Satchel Vasandani, accompanied by FIU professors Mike Eckroth on piano, Jamie Owsley on bass, along with drummer Lucas Apostolaris on the FIU Music Hour on WDNA 88.9 FM. Thanks for joining us today at WDNA, where we keep Miami's jazz heartbeat alive. I've been your faculty host, Dr. Russ Spiegel, and along with our producer, Dr. Karen Velaz, we'd like to thank our production crew, FIU grad students Jocelyn or Josie, Elisha, and Mawasi, WDNA's sound and tech wizards Alex Aldrich. Wait, that is old. Sorry about that. We have Danny Colazzo and Brian Barrientos. and the staff of WDNA 88.9 FM for today's broadcast. If you'd like more information on all our programs, make sure to call 305-348-2896. You can also like our Facebook and or Instagram page to stay up to date with all our upcoming performances. Thank you so much for joining us, and make sure to join the FIU Music Hour for more great music every Tuesday, 11 a.m. to noon. Until next time, keep jazz alive, and we'll see you at the next show. And before we finish entirely, we have one more song to hear, and this will be including Sachal and Dr. Lyons, Lisanne. And here we go.
I took a trip on a train, and I thought about you. I passed your shadowy lane. I thought about you. 2 or 3 cars parked under the stars. A wide stream, moon shining down. Some little town with each beam, same old dream at every stop that we made. You know I thought about you, and when I pulled down the shade, you know I really felt blue. Peeked through the crack, looked at the track, the one leading back to you. I said, oh, what did I do, Satchel? I thought about you.
I took a trip on a train and I thought about you. I passed a shadowy lane and I thought about you. 2 or 3 cars under the stars, a winding stream, moon shining down on some little town, and with each beam it was the same old dream. At every stop that we made, well, I thought about you. But when I pulled down the shade, I really got blue. I peeped through the crack and looked down the track, the one going back to you. And what did I do? I thought about you. conga, que no, gong, gong, gong.
thought about you.
I thought about you.
I passed each shadowy lane, and I thought about you.
Go get it.
2 or 3 cars parked under the stars, a winding string.
Moon shining down on some little town, and with the same old me.
Same old dream, all I thought about you.
But when I pulled down the shade, I really got blue.
Peeked through the crack, looked at the track, I'm running it back to you.
And what did I do?
I said,
What did I do?
did I do?
And
What did I do?
I thought about you. Nice.
Nice.
I think we're gonna do one more, guys. I think that's what the doctor ordered.
Oh, that's what he said.
Are you guys out in the audience really cool with that? Oh my gosh, thank you.
The one guy. Thank you for showing up, honey.
Let's do that. Let's do something. Anyone? Do you want to try that dream?
Go ahead.
Okay. Let's start with you and I.
Darn that dream. I dream each night. You say you love me and you hold me tight. But when I awake, you're out of sight. Oh, darn that dream. Darn your lips. Darn your eyes. They lift me high above the moonlit skies. Then I tumbled out of paradise. Oh, darn that dream.
Don't that one-track mind of mine, it can't understand that you don't care just to change the mood I'm in. I'd welcome a nice old nightmare.
Darn that dream, but bless it too. Oh, without that dream, I never would have you. But it haunts me, and it won't come true. Darn that dream.
Okay, we're ready for the gig. We're ready for the road.
It's always trying to figure everything out.